And yeah, to be honest, I did play it a week ago, and I learned a few techniques and tricks. But yeah, in this video, I'm gonna play the tutorial yet again for me to refurnish myself, my whatever I learned, and also to refurnish you as the viewers what the game is all about. Okay, so it's like it's one of the best games ever made by Paradox Studios. The others being Crusaders Kings, then maybe even some other games, other strategy games like Universalis, Europa Universalis, and yeah, a lot of other games. So here today we are gonna just play the tutorial of Hearts of Iron 4, and let's see what it has for us to, it has to offer for us. Uh, and then we'll be playing each country, each nation, each faction, bit by bit in the upcoming videos. And hence I think today's video is just gonna be about the tutorial. So let's jump right into the action. So the tutorial, as far as I remember, the tutorial is all gonna be about the Italian Empire under Benito Mussolini in World War II. So it's we are gonna play with Italy. So let's see. Yeah, that that bell sounded quite, like the Easter ones. Oh, by the way, everyone, happy Easter, and I hope all of you keep enjoying in your homes and do not get out of your houses because the pandemic has yet another wave for us, the second wave kept in store. So let us not make that a like a huge surprise, because the one who's gifting it, the coronavirus, isn't really that good of a person, that chivalric of a person. So yeah, welcome to the Hearts of Iron 4 tutorial. Yeah, you will be taking charge of Italy, as I said, during the period leading up to the war. Reading the tooltips will help you to understand the things as you play, so it is recommended that you make good use of them. So the first thing that we are going to learn is the movement and selecting units, moving units. So these are kind of, we'll get to know quite easily. So yeah. So we can move the screen by extending the cursor to the sides, and we can also do so using the arrow keys. So and we can pan in and out, zoom in and out using the cursor, using the middle mouse button, the roller. Now here are the units. This is Italy in general. This is the total map of the world. And we are basically in 1936 now, just 3 years before the war. The war started to actually aggravate from 1939 and took much into the action, like went much into the action in 1940, and then it ended in 1945, of course, after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So we are just 3 years prior to the war, and we are in charge of Italy. And we have some duties now before everything gets off. Since we have already moved the camera, we know how to move the camera. We now need to see how to select a unit. We just click the left mouse button, and if we want to, make the unit move to some other province, we can just right click on them. And then since now it's paused, after some time it'll just move. Yeah, let's speed it up a bit. Yeah, it's moving. See, it's moving, and the horseman will basically go to the next province, like that. And now we are having it on pause. Now let's see what other things are there in store. The research slot. Yeah, the research is basically a very integral part of the game. You need to research a lot of things in order to catch up with the technologies that are available and aggravate your chances to win the war. So here, let's click on one research slot and then we'll see. So this is the research tree. We have so many units and everything, so many categories. My apologies. So many categories, And we have the dates here, like which technology was researched and out in the market in which year. So basically we can keep our equipments and armies up to date by referring to the dates here. So now we are in 1936, and basically we have the guns and the vehicles which are relevant to that year. So we are doing good at the moment. This is for the infantry, the research tree. This is for the support companies. We'll have the different companies here, like this is the engineer company, this is the recon, this is the military police, I reckon, and this is the engineers, the maintenance, sorry, the maintenance company. This is the field hospital units, and this is the logistics company, and this is a signal company. Each company has a different use to it that we can see later on. Then we have the armored vehicles. Like you see, Italy wasn't so good with tanks, but yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. The best one that I like, my favorite part is Il Duce. It was also like a commandment given by Mussolini during like at the end, basically near to the end of the war, and it was fabulous. That speech was fabulous. So yeah. So basically, this research tree shows us how we can research different armored units and vehicles, like tanks and everything, armored vehicles even. Then we have the artillery here. Uh, Italy was good with artillery, so yeah, we'll get a good support here, and we can research items like as we move on. Then we have the land doctrine. Which doctrine we wish to follow during the wars is up to us. So we'll go accordingly. Then we have the naval units, the naval classes. Like the research tree is a very complex thing to grasp. Yeah, one will get to know once they play. This whole game is kind of a mess once you start to play, but it'll take time, and after some time, when you know all the things, it'll just be a crazy good thing to play. So then we have the naval doctrines too, like which way we wish we intend our navy to go, which doctrine we wish it to follow during wars. It'll all be under us, which doctrines we research. Then we have the air units and the consecutive air doctrines. Then we have the engineering, this and the industry. These two subsections are the most important because they keep our factories intact, they keep our production line intact, and whatever we research here directly impacts our production line. So it is very important. These two subunits are very important. So first, of course, we'll have to go with the electronic mechanical engineering. We'll go with that and we'll research, see how many days it will take for the research. So you'll have to plan accordingly. And this is for 1936. We are in 1936, so it's relevant. Any idea, any research topic that we wish to research prior to the year, like for instance this is the decimetric radar. This will take a lot of days to research because it's ahead of its time. So you need to keep that in mind. And atomic research, yeah, of course, it's it's not in time because we are still in 1936. And pardon. Then we have the production lines. We need to research basic machine tools because it'll at the end help us to create more and more equipments, create more and more tanks, more and more vehicles. So we'll be needing that basic machine tools, of course. And yeah, so going to for the infantry again, we'll need to research improved infantry equipment one, but this is ahead of its time, so support weapons one would do. And anything more? Okay, let's see. Land doctrines maybe? Yeah, mobile warfare research. So we have our researches intact. So now we can go to the next thing. But before going, let me just show you what this whole area is all about. So here now, since we are Italy, the Italian flag will be showing up, and when we click on it, we see what the political composure of our state, of our nation is. The leader here is, of course, Benito Mussolini at the moment. Um, we don't have a national focus yet, and I'll talk to you about the national focus a little bit later. So the government now in Italy is fascist, with no elections, of course. Fascist governments don't have elections. This is the constitution of the parliament. The fascist party is getting around 76%, the communist party is getting around 2%, and the Partito Popolare Italiano, which is a democratic party, it gets around 22. So if you really want to stay in power, like Benito Mussolini is a fascist leader, so you need to pay some heed to this pie chart here, because if uh, the whole pie chart becomes orangish, then just assume that the whole country has turned into fascist, and you don't need to actually care what the people think, and you can simply do what you feel like. So you have absolute power, absolute political power over the whole nation, and that is absolutely crazy, and will give you a lot of advantage later on. Then we have the list of occupied territories. We have none at the moment. We'll make sure we get some at the end of this video. We'll get to that. Then we have the laws and the governments. We can change some of our laws which we implement and add some, like political advisors. We have so many political advisors here. And yeah, so 3 slots for their political advisors and some slots for the type of policies we wish to implement. Then we have the research and production lines where we can add some, some famous companies, famous Italian companies at the moment, which helped Italy during the war. Like for instance, Fiat, which was a tank designer during the war, and now it designs our cars. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. But since, like, if we wish to implement Fiat into our national structure as a tank designer, specialist tank designing unit, then we'll be getting some perks as has been notified here. You can watch. And similarly for ship designing, we have the CRDA. For the aircrafts, we have 4 rather: Masci, Savoia, Marchetti, I don't know, Caproni, and Piaggio. I only know Masci and Caprioni, so yeah. Then we have material design, Beretta, Lancia, Breda. All kind of, I guess, are very much relevant at the moment in today's world, but they are of course not producing like World War II era equipments and the necessities. Then we have industrial concern, Danieli. Then we have some theorists with whom we can recruit. Everything that goes for the nation, for our war efforts, we can do so from here. Then we have the military stuff. Like if we wish to implement a specific chief of army, then we can do so from here. If we wish to implement and recruit specific chief of navy, we can do so from here. And similarly for chief of air force. And some military high commands here. 3 slots for them. So basically we can like implement basic policies and recruit some officials to help out the government of Italy from here. And now coming to the main part, the national focus. National focus is yet another part like the research tree. It has a big tree, the focus tree. It's called the focus tree, and it's very important because it's kind of like the research tree. You can set some national focuses and it'll take some days to finish the national focuses. uh, that will give you advantages towards your units, towards your war efforts. So it's basically like research but in a legal way. So you can see, um, like for instance, we have the modernized army. um, like if we keep the modernized artillery, my apologies, modernized artillery, then the effect that will be there will be doubling of 100% research bonus or support artillery. So we'll be getting some perks and advantages. So National focus is basically, yes, like yet another research tree, but in a more diplomatic and political way, in a legal way rather. Uh, it doesn't really pertain to the scientific thought of things. So yeah, let's go for modernized artillery at the moment. Oh, we can't. You don't meet the requirements. Okay, okay. My apologies then again. Okay, so we'll go for army primacy. Army experience +5, adding one building slot, adding one military factory, and then we can add another building slot in Campania with another military factory. So yeah, we can start keeping that as our national focus. Notice that it's not progressing because we have kept our time in a pause. Now the next thing, let's get our country back into a focus. Yeah, we have our capital Rome here, and all the units are highlighted. Like for instance, all the infantry units here, our air force here, our navy here, and I assume Italy also has, yeah, a satellite province here in Africa, northern Africa, and also here a smaller one, which will very soon become a larger one. Let's see how we can make that, because we'll be conquering Ethiopia. Pardon. So now we have some free civilian factories. Civilian factories basically, like, first of all, this is the construction panel. We can build things here, construct things here, and here are a few like buildings which we can construct. Firstly, we have the military factory, which will produce the objects that are needed for our war efforts, like weapons, vehicles, helmets, support equipment, anything. Then we have the civilian factories that produces materials like steel, oil, and everything, like not oil, sorry, steel and everything, all the equipments which are necessary for the civilians, and also for construction of other buildings. Then we have the naval dockyard. We can build ships here. Then we have the synthetic refinery. We get the oil and all such resources from here. Then we have the fuel silo. We use it for stockpiling the fuel. We have rocket sites. As the name suggests, it's there for launching rockets. And finally, the nuclear reactor, which we still do not have the technology to build. Then we have infrastructure, which basically gives an advantage on our production in civilian factories. Then we have air bases to house some of our planes in times of need. Anti-air, as the name suggests, it's basically a cluster of defenses for air units of the on the enemy's side. Then we have the radar station, just in case you needed to know about your enemies. Just place them beside the borders and everything. Then we have the navy, we have the naval base, we have the land fort, we have the coastal fort. So the naval base is pretty much clear, like it's a dockyard, and land fort and coastal forts are, coastal forts will be near the coast and land fort will be on the land, and they'll be guarding basically the provinces. And we can convert civilian factories to military factories and vice versa in case we need it. So let's get onto it. We need to build some civilian factories. Where should we build? We have such provinces. The blue ones indicate that they are all full. We cannot really build things at the moment. So let's build them here in Latium. Let's build. So 11 out of 15 factories will be built here. Now we have 3 military factories also. Let's see. So we have 19 military factories at the moment. I get stuck up every time I try to tell military factories for some reason. Let's use them. So we need to produce infantry equipment, the Carcano M38 guns. It will of course give a head start to our armies. So we'll give that in line, and we'll devote 10 military factories to it. So we have 9 left, because I just devoted 10 because like we really need the guns. Without them we are down to nothing. Then we need the support equipment. I'll devote two of the military factories there. And then we need some artillery. This one would be great. One would be okay. Then we need some air equipment. I mean airplanes. Um, which one would be better? Close air support, interwar fighter. Maybe the interwar fighter would be better. And only one factory for that. And I need a tank, production line. One military factory to it, and then I need some motorized units, and 3 to it. How many am I left with? Only one. Okay, let's devote one more to support equipment. And now we are done. Now for dockyards, we have 11 dockyards left, so we can do something good. Convoys will basically transport things which we are trading. So these are very necessary. I'll devote 5 of them to it, 5 of the dockyards to it. And then, okay, battleships. I need something like a submarine. Yeah, submarines would be great. 3 to it. And then I'll be taking a light cruiser. Yeah, light cruiser would do great for the moment. 10. And finally, a heavy cruiser with only 1. So here you can have a glance at the materials that you need. As you see, we are a little short on rubber at the moment. We can basically trade them. So I'll show you like how we can trade. For instance, we can take some decisions here. Some decisions which will affect our government, affect our production lines. For instance, this war propaganda against Ethiopia. The prerequisites, already running a war propaganda campaign, so nothing at the moment. What will be our advantage? Weekly war support would increase by 1%. So that will be good. Like if we have a good war support, then there will be more people whom we can recruit, more support to wage war from the general public. So that will be helpful. Then we have research, as I told you. I don't think I'll need to explain it again. Then we have diplomacy. In case we want to befriend some country, some nation, or wage war against one, we can do so from here. We have different countries here: Afghanistan, Albania, Argentina, and the likewise. Then we have trade. Trade, as I said, will be required because we cannot produce everything all at once. The country is very small. Like all countries small to produce hell lots of equipment. So we'll need to trade some of them. We need rubber at the moment. So we'll see. Rubber. Let's see who produces them. Everyone's an enemy here historically. So we cannot trade with East Indies, United Kingdom. We'll be waging war with them later on, so no. What about a neutral power like Brazil? Maybe. Yeah, so if we want to buy or trade something, then we'll be needing to trade civilian factories for that, or else we'll not get the equipments. And since all the civilian factories are now at use, some of the construction, some of our production lines will be hampered for that. So I don't think this will make good, because Brazil is giving us hell less amount for the civilian factories we are giving them. So Dutch East Indies maybe the same. Everyone's the same. Oh my goodness. So maybe then Brazil. Yeah, let's send. Now we'll be receiving traded rubber, and our production line will be intact. Then construction, as I said, I already said about it before. Then we have production also, and then we have recruit and deploy. This is important because we'll need to recruit armies later on. So we basically have to do like we'll have to train the division we want, and then set a location for that. For example, okay, let's minimize this. For example, if we want to train them here, Then yeah, in Piedmont, then pardon, I don't know what's up uh, with my throat, but I reckon it's not COVID-19. So yeah, because I'm not weak, I'm never weak. Yeah, your your YouTuber here is all strong, all father strong, like the Norse gods. So yeah, so in Piedmont, and then we'll have to add how many divisions. Like it'll start with one, of course, and then we'll have to add. And if we add, then they'll just be training. Since we don't have enough manpower at the moment, they won't be training. But as soon as they get, they'll automatically train them, and the units will be appearing here. Then the arrow here is basically like just ignore it for the moment, for some time, because it will be leading us to a war against Ethiopia, as I told you earlier. And the last one, logistics. Logistics is basically a summary of every equipment, every know about that you need to know about your country, about your war effort, everything, like in summary. So this is basically not used by players, even like the most skilled ones, because it serves no purpose. They can see everything here and just look up the production lines, so they don't basically do it. Yeah, sometimes you may like which equipments are at a loss of resources. Like you can see basically everything at a glance. And then we have resources like political power. You can basically apply policies and recruit generals and everyone. You can wage wars and then justify your war using political power. So it's important. Then you have stability, the stability in your government. How much stability do you have? At the moment we have 46%, but we'll make sure that it reaches near 100, because we want an all fascist government. Not really, like it's just because it's historically accurate at the moment in World War II. And then we have war support. The more war support we have, the better is the representation in the wars, in the war efforts. The better are we at recruiting our armies and everything. Manpower, basically, raw manpower that we can use to train our armies and everyone. Then we have factories, how many factories we have, and then we have fuel, how many years it'll it'll the stockpile fuel. Then we have convoys, how many convoys we have for trade. And then these four are basically for the army. Like command power is used for various military operations. Then we have army experience. The more army experience we have, the better are our infantry units at handling war. Then we have a navy, the same, like same thing, the same experience and everything, just for the navy. And then we have air experience accordingly. So now let's go to the Ethiopian front and let's show you how wars are taking place here. So good. Now that alerts are sorted out, you can start diving into the details of waging war. Yeah. Italy starts at war with Ethiopia, and you should not have much difficulty in winning the war once you learn how to do it, of course. So we first have to select 14 divisions which are there in Eritrea. Let's see. Can we select all of them? Let's see. Oh no, oh no, no, not this one. I am selecting the Red Sea. So yeah, now we have the total the 14 divisions as the instructions were talking about. Now we just need to make a new army. Yeah, so now making an army is a very important thing. We can organize our armies into various divisions and various groups under specific army heads, commanders, and then we can keep field marshals for like more than one generals, so as to like a subunit and an unit. So I'll basically show you the whole thing, and then you will understand better. Since I selected the 14 divisions here, I can make an army out of it. At the moment, we do not have any commander, but we can assign them just by clicking on this here. We can assign a commander. So at the moment, we have the General Gayoveni Messi, we have Ugo Cavallero, we have Sebastiano Visconti Prasca, we have Ubaldo Sodu, and Italo Balbo. So I think we'll go for Gaio Messi because he has a historical thing for Africa. So that'll be better. Now the next thing, so since we just assigned the general, it's done. This army is created. Okay, so it's as simple as that. And people find this very difficult. I don't know how. The things which come thereafter are difficult, not this. Now that we have an army and a commander, we can make a front line. Front line is basically a line, yeah, where our units will be spread about so that they form a defensive approach before attacking on a specific line. You know, like expanding a line so as to conquer other lands. We'll show. We'll show. So this button right here is used to make a front line. Let us click on it, and we can basically click this. This is our front line. This one. This one is our front line, the crooked one that is being showed. I just clicked on the line, this line. If I had clicked on this one, then this would have been my front line. But since I clicked on this one, and that is the instruction at the moment, we have to click, we have the front line as this one. And we have to now provide a path for the unit to move from here, from the front line, to the capital of Ethiopia, which is Addis Ababa. So we have to make an offensive line this time. So from here we have an offensive line right up to the capital. You have now created an offensive order to attack the Ethiopian capital, but before you go ahead and give the order to execute the plan, it may be wise to make the correct preparation. Of course, it is advisable that you prepare your air force as well. Click the air base in Ethiopia. Okay, sir. So we have the air units now. Good. In order for your troops to have a higher guarantee of success in battle, it is also important to give them the proper air support they may require. Okay, so now we need to click assign the air units, air wings based in Eritrea Air Base by right-clicking the East Africa Air region. Okay, so this is basically the range of the different plane units which can go to different ranges. So now we can just click here, and they'll be deployed in East Africa. Now we need missions for them. We need air superiority, we need close air support, and we need interception. And we don't need navy at the moment, and we also need air recon. Yeah, air recon. No, never mind. So now default map mode must be activated, and the army in Eritrea must be selected. Okay. The default map mode is this one, and now we click on this army. Now battle plan must be executed by clicking on this to activate the plan. So let's activate it, and let's unpause the game. Now just wait and watch as to how the war unfolds in Ethiopia. So here are our units battling it out. Here are our air units also helping them out. This is basically the percentage we have won in the front line. So this war is basically estimated to go on for another 20 to 25 days. So let's speed it up. Let's see. So see, this percentage is increasing slowly. When it becomes 100, our units will be taking on into this region. So it's basically easy, like creating a front line and then making an offensive line and then attacking the enemy units. See, so our units have already started to go around the sides and attack Addis Ababa directly. We're gonna be having this region also quite soon. Go on. Yeah. Go on. Yeah, we have the region. The next step is to attack Addis Ababa directly. The resistance in the capital would obviously be a little bit more, but I think we can manage. We can tell them to attack here because we are currently losing, it seems. Okay, let's see. We have to force everyone to the capital. Once the capital falls, the whole nation falls. No, usual battle plans. Let's see. Okay, 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 okay. This unit is now strong. 7 plus 1 plus 1, which makes 9, and this is just 4. That too disorganized. So yeah, and we have also one unit here attacking them from the flank. So this is gonna be tough for Addis Ababa to hold on. Of course, because of course, who can match the might of the Italian Empire, and of course not an African country like Ethiopia. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. So let's see when it falls. They're putting up a stern resistance though. Okay, so we have a world news here. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in Rhineland territory close to the French border in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions from France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking into their own backyard, political commentator in Britain observed. Yeah, right. This is not really worrying for us because Italy will be later joining Germany. So yeah, national focus completed. So we can keep another national focus. Let's select another one. We have completed army primacy. So now we can choose triumph in Africa. It will help us, gain stability in Africa. Oh, we don't meet. Okay, we have to own Ethiopia before doing this. Okay, no problem, no problem. Let's see. Let's see what else we can do. Ethiopian war logistics. This also requires capturing. Okay, this doesn't. Okay, so there will be a daily political power cost, so we cannot afford that at the moment. Let's see. Mare Nostrum. Let's see. Yeah. This will do. Now, let's unpause the game again and let's see where we are standing at the moment near Addis Ababa. They're putting up a good show, the Ethiopian soldiers, it seems. So this is going great. We should be winning, but it is taking a little more time than usual. Okay, let's go for the research. We'll go for mechanical computing or radio. Radio will be better because we need more beacon units we need more intel on our enemies. Let's attack, just attack, just focus on the attack, please. My units, please focus on the attack. We need to win the capital of Eritrea, no, the capital of Ethiopia soon. Yeah, we are onto it, What happened? Okay, yeah. So Ethiopia has finally fallen, I guess. Ethiopia has finally fallen. So Addis Ababa is on to us, but here's the problem. The Ethiopian soldiers have clearly blocked us out. That's marvelous. That's a marvelous plan. Okay. We also need to keep stay awake about the research. It seems. Okay, it is already being researched. L6, yeah. And another thing maybe concentrated industries. Yeah, will do. Let's see where we are here at the moment. I think like resistance to occupation, high levels of resistance here. Building sabotaged. My goodness. We can modify our government. Okay, now let's see. As I was telling you, we now have the necessary political power to add a political advisor, or have a company to our own advantage. So I'll take Fiat first because we need some good tanks. We also have free military factories which we can use, like 2 more. So let's see, maybe 2 more to the tanks. And what else? What else? What else? We have unassigned divisions we do not need at the moment. And we are at war with Ethiopia. Yeah, we know that. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what's the problem here. They're moving here, and as soon as they move here, this subunit should be attacking this here. Make sure that the region around Addis Ababa is captured also, so as to secure our position. This shouldn't go on for long, but yeah. I know, we have, okay, no national focus set yet. Okay, that's, okay, Mare Nostrum is done, okay, I forgot about that. So, light ship effort now. We also have free dockyards, okay, that's great. I'll go for battleships. 3 maybe? Okay, it's taking a lot of our resources. So I'll just go for convoys, more convoys. Don't show again. Let's see. We can do get some decisions done. War propaganda against, okay, this will be better at the moment. I don't know why our units are struggling here, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Just waiting for them to just, you know, capture these areas. Okay, so now Ethiopia has fallen. Ethiopia has okay, so the objectives here are now annex Ethiopia or sign any peace deal of your choice. Okay, so it's up to us. Ethiopian equipment seized. Ethiopia has capitulated, giving us access to 50% of their stockpiled equipment, basic infantry equipment and fuel. Ethiopia has been capitulated. So this is the world news. Great news. Yeah. Now we just need some things to be you know, done. We can make it into a puppet state, which will not increase the world tension by that much amount. I'll tell you what it means, and we can also take all the states. I think taking all the states would be better because yeah, because we need more territory, we need more manpower. So we'll end the turn here. I've taken all of Ethiopia, I guess. Peace conference is over. Italy took one state. Ethiopia was annexed. Yep. So I guess that is done. Now time for the naval exercises. Okay. So we need a commander here also. These two would make one commander. Inigo Campioni, Alberto Dazzara, Giuseppe Fioravanzo, Cario Bergamini. Okay, I think I'll go for Inigo Campioni and make him do some patrolling, maybe patrolling this region. Maybe. Yeah, patrolling this region, and yeah, the Red Sea region. Now we'll be going for, okay, let's just toggle and go to the default map mode. What is it showing here? To send a fleet on a naval mission, click one of the highlighted mission buttons and then right click on a sea region. Yeah, that is what I did. Okay, so the game was unpaused, so maybe that's the reason it's showing an error. Why is it still showing that? Okay, let's see. No idea. They're already patrolling the area. Okay, so I don't know why this arrow is still here, but let's see. This game has a lot of things to be done. I don't know. The controls are a bit complex. It took me around a week to get, you know, understand even a part of it. Now another technology to be researched. Navy. Yeah, Navy would be better. Um, what more? Missing equipment production, unassigned division. Yeah, so we can now assign even more divisions. Like this whole front can be one division. Let's see. This whole front under one commander would be Sebastiano Visconti Prasca. Yeah, maybe. And this whole unit, whole set here would be formed under maybe. Okay, wait. Yeah, no. This total would be under one commander, maybe Uga Cavallero. Yeah. Now, the first one, Sebastiano Visconti Prasca, would be forming a front line here on the French side. Let's see, let's unpause. Yeah, they'll be forming. And Uga Cavallero, the front line would be formed maybe on the French side. What is this country here? Austria. I don't think we need Austria. We need men at the Austrian border at the moment. I think we'll better is to keep it here. Okay, why not the full one? Okay, maybe Austria, maybe Austria. Okay, no problem. No problem. Some free civilian factories. Okay, will be helpful. Let's keep it on Veneto. We have more decisions available. Anti-democratic raids. Yeah, will be better. More unassigned divisions. Okay, before that, I'll show you how to form an army group. And this here. Okay, let's select an army first and then assign an army group. And in an army group, we need to assign a field marshal like Rodolfo Graziani, Pietro Badoglio, Emilio De Bono, and some other people. So Rodolfo Graziani would be better. And see, like if you toggle the whole thing, you'll see a pinkish purple border. Like this field marshal is controlling only this army at the moment. I want all the land units to be under one field marshal, but I do not want here like this general Gavino Messi is like controlling the troops in Africa, so I don't want them to be put under the field marshal who is controlling the armies in mainland Italy. So I'll just toggle them. Okay, disorganized. Sorry. So I think I'll have to make an army group again. Yeah, Rodolfo Graziani, and here I can place him also under this same army group. So now Rodolfo Graziani will be controlling these two units, these two generals who are controlling these two armies in the mainland Italy. So we have already formed an army group. And for the Africa Corps, yeah, the historical name, I'll just go and make this one army here and this one army here in Northern Africa and keep them under one field marshal. So I think that'll be easier to handle. No national focus yet. Triumph in Africa would be good now because we have already captured Ethiopia. One research slot available, so let's go for radio detection. Radio is very, very important. Always keep this in mind. Now, I still don't know why this is being highlighted here. Let's see what's the objective. Okay, right click the province. Diplomacy screen, yeah, that I know, but then what do we need? We need to select at least 4, right? Okay, let's see. Then let's do something. Let's delete the task force, and let's see who we have here. They were maybe patrolling the area, so let's see. Will they arrive? The soldiers are not here. So yeah, never mind. The ships rather. Yeah, so never mind. So this is basically a walkthrough of the tutorial of the game. Um, I don't know like if it was any use or not, but yeah, I think I needed to brief you all about the rules before playing, or else you wouldn't get a thing. So yeah, and we have the many countries here. See, um, the whole country is here. So I think this is quite great. Like all the history lessons are coming back to me. Um, we can play as any of them, but the tutorial lets us play only as Italy. So yeah, we need to see that. And guys, one more thing: never ever attack Switzerland. It's a historical mistake. I'm telling you. All the nations will be turning against you, and I don't know, because maybe because they like Swiss chocolates. I don't have any idea. But whenever I seem to have attacked Switzerland at the very beginning, because it's quite close to Italy, it's a small piece of land. Why don't we just capture it? So I go by that method, and whenever I go, all the countries. Oh, okay, so it's not unpaused. Sorry. So whenever I do that, all the countries turn against me. Even Spain, like Spain, after some years, will be becoming a rebel ground maybe, because some provinces will be fighting for Catalonia, Barcelona, and other places. So uh, it'll be turned into mostly like a battlefield for rebels. So even a distorted country like Spain at that moment would be supporting Switzerland. I don't know why. So just don't do it. It's a historical mistake. So rest assured, you can continue in whichever way you feel like. The game is very flexible and has a lot of controls. You can be one of the hotshot countries like Germany, Italy, France, United Kingdom, United States, Soviet Union, and you can also become some non-aligned nation like Saudi Arabia, maybe Tibet, Iran, Brazil, Peru, some country like that. You can be whatever you feel like. You can turn the pivots of history. You can change history the way you feel like. You can maybe create a communist United Kingdom or a fascist France or maybe a democratic Germany at that moment. So you never know. You never know. And I also have my country here, British Raj. Like it's under British Raj at that moment. It wasn't an independent India. See, like Pakistan and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, it's all under one umbrella, the British Raj. But we still have Nepal and Bhutan. So that's crazy. And China also is not. It's not under the communist. It's not the communist China we know. The communist China is only this much. Shaanxi, I guess. Yeah, communist China. Yeah, and the rest of the states of China are all broken up. So after the war, it basically becomes the China we know. Then we also have Japan having a claim on the Korean peninsula. Now it's just North Korea and South Korea. So it wasn't the way it like that. And we also have Australia. We have New Zealand. We have the Dutch East Indies, which basically is Indonesia now. We have Siam, Thailand, Bangkok, and all such places. We have the French Indonesia, like the Vietnam, Laos, and all such countries. Iran is also very powerful, but then it's a non-aligned state. See, the Pahlavi dynasty, the famous and yet also unfamous, infamous Pahlavi dynasty, the Reza Shah Pahlavi. So yeah, we also have Egypt, currently owned by United Kingdom. Uh, we have Germany, obviously ruled by someone I can't take the name of. Then we have France, ruled by Leon Blum. Okay, not a very famous person at the moment, but okay, I shouldn't be like saying that, but yeah. Then we have other countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark. We have this great Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin, and then also some other countries like Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Austria, Romania, and some other countries, Albania, Greece. So it's basically the whole world during World War II that you can just control and turn the pivots of history. We have Franklin D. Roosevelt as the President of United States. We have Mackenzie King as the President of Prime Minister of Canada. And the other states are also there. I don't think you wish to be Cuba or Haiti or some other country like that. I think you wish to be one of the main shots in Europe or maybe Soviet Union or USA or Canada maybe. But yeah, everybody's in like perception on what they want to be here is different, because this is a free ground. Whatever you feel like you can do. So yeah, it's up to you what you wish to do. Okay, so it's time for another research. P75. I love tanks, so yeah, I'll be researching tanks a lot. And yeah, once you like get away in time, some things will become outdated. So just pay some heed to it, because see, for instance, we are producing the light tank here, light tank 1, which is the L3. Currently the system is to go for L6, so you can change the production here. Like for instance, you can cancel this. We just remember that we had 3 military factories devoted to the production of light tank 1 L3, so we can delete it, and then we can devote 3 here to the light tank 2, and yeah, that's great. Like we don't have any outdated equipments and vehicles at the moment. We have decisions available again. Promises of peace, yeah, good one. We always promise peace, you know. All the politicians promise peace. I still don't understand why the arrow is here. I don't know. The tutorial here is just not helpful. Like I had to take the help of YouTube videos to learn HOI 4, like Hearts of Iron 4, but I don't know, like it's not at all easy to understand for some reason. So whatever be it, I hope I could make you all understand. So I think that's gonna be helpful. Okay, select at least 4 divisions, then move to the. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. My apologies. We have to move 4 units here. Now it's better. Now it's better. I think it'll go off now. So that was it. Like it's so easy, and I was, fighting over what it should mean. Okay, go on. I think that'll be helpful, and that'll solve the problem also. Go on. A bit more. Yeah, that solves the problem. Okay. Another thing to research. Research is happening very rapidly. That's great. Fiat's influence maybe. Yeah. To transport troops between 2 friendly territories, your troops must first be standing in a port. Select the unit standing in the port and right-click them to port to another port in Italy. Okay, so they are basically teaching us now how to transport an unit from from Africa, for instance, to mainland Italy. So they are now standing in a port in Ethiopia, in Eritrea, and we need to transport them to some port in mainland Italy. Let's transport them to Rome. So now they'll be going, and that is the end of the guided tutorial. I don't know how guided it is, but yeah. And it is going through the Suez Canal. Just don't become like the Ever Given ship. that hit the news so much, and everybody was asking me questions in Quora. I don't know, like, okay, the games of the 11th Olympiad. The 11th Olympic Games were held in Berlin, Germany. Yeah, and we know, and like we know what happens in the Berlin Olympics in 1936. So we all know about Jesse Owens and the story behind him. We know everything. So yeah, that's great. You know, you can live all the events which happened during World War II. Okay, let's see. So the four troops here are being transported here to mainland Italy. But I did not wish to, transport them there. But it's fine. We have to do it for the sake of the guided tutorial and quote unquote guided. Okay, so we have to ban communism to stay fascist. So I'll do that. See how the tables are turning now. Communist Party is basically nothing now. Popularity is 0.05. So yeah, after we ban, it just not be there. We have some unassigned divisions. Okay. See, we don't really know about the French troops yet. This is because we don't have radar stations near the French border. We really don't know what the French troops, the army's composition is. So yeah, we'll have to get it someday, and then plant all the radar stations nearby near the border. Then only we'll get to know. Who's the head of Turkey now? Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Okay. And what about Saudi Arabia? Abdulaziz Ibn Saud. Okay. What about Liberia? What about Liberia? Okay. Edwin Barclay. Okay, that's great. So yeah, so that's the end of the tutorial today, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the game. It's a little bit complex, but that's the fun when you play strategy games. Like when you can literally control everything in a strategy game, and out of that, like you can control history. It's damn amazing for people who study history and who have generally a passion as like an interest sort of to study history. It's damn great for them. So yeah, that's the end of it, and hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and share the video, and share it amongst your friends who love strategy games. And I'll be coming later on with single-handed videos of various countries. Like I'll be playing Italy alone, I'll be playing Germany alone, I'll be playing maybe British Raj, Soviet Union, Poland, United Kingdom, everything. I'll just play all of them, but one at a time, and one video for each nation, be it the end or not. I'll just show the dynamics of how to get ahead with such countries. So let's just see what happens, and I'll meet you next at the in the next video. And do remember to subscribe to my channel, because if you subscribe, I simply know like that you support my work. And bye bye for today, and happy Easters.